At Papa Joe's Produce, we believe in harnessing the power of nature as much as possible to maintain a healthy and thriving environment.
Howdy folks, this is Adam with Papa Joe's Produce, and I am here to give you a behind-the-scenes peek at how we start most of our plants. So in front of me is a demo setup. We have a standard 10 by 20 tray filled with a 200 cell insert, and then we've got what starts off all of our plants. These are flexi plugs by ZipGrow. Now these are an organic sponge material essentially, so they're really soft. You can kind of see how squishy they are. These particular ones we ordered dry, and then we reconstitute them. That's what's going on here. I've soaked these for demonstration purposes, and these work incredibly well. We have germinated tons, literally tens of thousands of plants in these, both from seed, and actually they work really well from cuttings. If you've got cuttings that will fit inside there, even if you have to kind of ream that hole out a little bit in the plug, here I'll show you, that's about 1/8 of an inch across. And so if you've got some thicker stemmed plants that you're looking to clone, you can ream that hole out with a screwdriver or something, get it in there. They'll work really well. And because they're biodegradable, these even work well for starting plants that then you are going to put into soil. So in our case, what we do, we take these and we just lay them out. We do all of our seed planning on the computer, figure out exactly how many trays of what we're going to need. We lay them out in here, fill the trays, then we soak them and reconstitute those plugs. So again, they're going to end up looking like these soft, wet guys here. Once these are in, and they're nice and wet, then we take our plants, our seeds. These are a pelleted romaine. So most of the seeds we order, we try and get pelleted. They're a lot nicer to work with. And then that is gonna just fit right in there. Tap it in. Oh, that one normally goes in a little further. And that's that. Then we do not water these. So one of the things that we found with these plugs is they're really good at moisture control for your plants. You do not want to overwater them. You don't want to saturate them, because that is going to give you some problems with germination. But if you get them wet and then just lightly mist things for the first few days until they're germinated, your plants are going to come out really, really well. So anyway, that's it for now. We're going to cut to a view of some other plants. All right, so going from the empty trays to full trays, something like this takes a couple of weeks. You can see, so every one of our batches of seeds that we start, we give them a batch ID like this. This is year, month, date, and then varieties. So this is a green forest that we started on March 5th of 2024. These are going on just about 12 days. They're looking very happy. Our seed setup here, the fancy side, has both lighting and temperature controls. So when we're starting seeds, we're looking at both what their lighting requirements are, but particularly for some of our more special seeds, we'll go down a shelf here. Some of what we've got going on here, some tomatoes, some peppers, some okra, they're much more particular about their germination ranges on temperature. So we actually have heat mats down here that we can tailor to what we're starting, and that way we give them the right settings for them to go ahead and germinate well. And once they've germinated, then we're controlling their light. And again, most of this is just to get things started. This is about the first 2 weeks of a seed's life for all of our plants. We start them off here, then we bring them out to the farm, we harden them off, we get them used to the greenhouses, and then put them into production. So I'll step back here for a second. You can see the scope of this. We start a minimum of 900 plants a week. That's just our lettuce. That's about what we harvest. Now on top of that, we're usually starting some basil or kale or Swiss chard, or this time of year, a lot of our seasonal crops. Sometimes we are starting 1,500 plants a week with all of our seasonal things in mind. You can even see up here some shallots that are ready to go up to the farm. And I simply ran out of space. That's why they're not under lights. But this is the behind the scenes stuff. We do this literally every week. Fill those trays with those flexi plugs, and then put our seeds in, plant out according to our schedule. You can even see that here. Here's an example. This is 1 week, just showing the different varieties, the quantities, all of our trays, and then the planting notes once they go up to the farm for how we're going to plant those. So there is a lot of coordination that goes into this to make sure we're putting out the right amounts of the right varieties for all of you to enjoy lettuce. And we appreciate you buying from us. So if you have any questions on seed starting or our systems here, flexi plugs, any of this, please feel free to comment on this video. We will keep an eye on those and be happy to address those comments. As always, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate the traffic. We're really looking to help build this as an info source for other growers or people who just like knowing where their food is from. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.